too hard. Don't embarrass me.
Never. Let's go.
We would never ask a hard question.
Oh,
This
hold
is the
on. Hold on. We got to do it proper.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. This is the
You
5
even
on
have
5
my name
podcast.
on there.
Yes, we do.
That's legit. The 5 on 5 podcast presented to you by directmusicservice.com. Go use promo code 5 on 5 FIVEON Save some bucks. Get some edits. Go spice up that DJ set. I'm tired of hearing the same old shit.
Man, a lot of edit. I hear a lot of the same edits going around, man.
I hear a lot of
like
the same edits.
A lot of the same.
And that's fine as long as you're getting them at DMS. We're not
That's
here.
it.
This is true. Because I'm hearing a lot of the SoundCloud edits going around here, man. And it's like, yo, I know you didn't get that off of DMS.
Shout out to TikTok.
Yeah.
Gotta love those low bitrate edits.
Oh
Exactly.
my god.
They sound great in the club.
They sound so good.
Amazing. And sometimes they get it off of YouTube. But while you're at YouTube, go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe, and ding the bell every time we drop a video so you can see our beautiful faces.
Oh, he's on it today. I'm one of your hosts,
That
Phenom, down the
segue,
street from me. Nick Lopez, down the street from him, Jupiter Williams, and our very special guest today, live and direct from sunny tropical Los Angeles, California. It's been months in the making getting this guest on the show.
Yeah,
We're
she's
very
been busy
excited
as
to have
shit.
her here. She's been incognito like a ninja.
Yes.
And that leads us to our special guest. Make some noise, DJ Miss Ninja.
How's it going, guys?
Oh, you know, it's
so
going
happy.
good.
I'm so happy to be here.
That's about as epic of an intro as we can do, I think. My coffee's hitting. I'm sure Travis had a coffee. Neek almost took a nap today, so we'll see what we get out of him. And how are you doing, Miss Ninja?
I'm good. Just trying to keep up. I tend to overextend myself because I get excited about things and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. And then I end up like just being like, what the hell was I thinking?
Currently dealing with that right now. Definitely double book myself a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm like DJing until 3 a.m. tonight and then getting on a flight at 6 to go to Chicago for a wedding and then coming back at 8 a.m.
Leave the hat, though.
Yeah.
Leave the hat,
well,
bro.
Ben's listening, so Ben, I wish you would let me wear my cowboy hat to your wedding, but never mind.
I wonder. Hold on.
What?
Does he think that your cowboy hat is like some kind of like straw, like ratchet cowboy hat? Like
He knows exactly what it is.
I know he does.
But
he
I think he has
right?
a hardline no hat stance at his
Can
wedding.
you show it to the public right now? Is it
Yes.
accessible?
Yes.
The hat, it's a statement piece.
I'll show you the picture.
Oh, you don't like have it with you?
It's downstairs.
Okay.
It's
Oh yeah, there it is. Right
That's a
there.
nice hat.
Yeah,
And it's all the boys.
It's like a $200 Stetson. You know, it's not some hat that's been covered in dust and tumbleweeds and all of that.
No, it's not a hat that you're going to get at Pilot.
The hat.
Yeah. It really it's a statement piece for sure. And also, I just don't want to like, I don't know, go no hat and have to like push my hair out of my face.
Or a man that wears a hat every day.
I am.
You are, though.
So I can see why this is problematic for you. I think this is a personal thing. I think you have to figure out how to wear your hair.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean,
hat.
Yeah, I'll not.
Go get a blowout.
Go get a blowout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Just get like, hey, Snoop Dogg.
Actually,
oh my god,
we need to put some
get a
rollers
blowout. I
in
would
your
die
hair.
to see it.
perm,
Yo,
big perm.
You got a big perm, dog. You got to get curls.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Like, just
Faucet.
get a blowout. Get your Fabio on. All the ladies. The wedding will be all up on you.
You'll look
that's
great.
Yeah.
I know, just hair blowing in the breeze,
Yeah.
in the Chicago wind. Yeah. Well,
So
Ben's
what we do
listening.
here?
Ben's listening because he listens to the show every week.
Shout out,
so
Ben.
Ben, congratulations on getting married. I'm very happy for you, and I'm very upset both. So I can be both because I want to wear the hat, but I'll wear it at my wedding.
I'm
So.
excited you're getting a blowout. So thank you, Ben.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh my God, we'll
For the
see what
pod.
happens. 8 a.m. comes very early. That's a very early start time. So what we do around here every week, we compare two artists head to head. Miss Ninja already knows the drill because we met up with her at NAAM, and Travis gave her a little rundown. You're going to hear some of these questions. We're going to try not to repeat other questions, but it's going to get weird. It's going to get tough. Tough questions are asked. So, in honor of the brand new song from Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, Bongos.
Still haven't heard it yet, but yes.
I like it. It's got a Run DMC sample in it.
Ooh, Colin likes it.
It's 122 BPM. Twitter hates it. Twitter is enraged. This is garbage. This is trash.
WAP is what, 120?
132.
WAP is 132?
I think it's halftime.
Or 60,
true.
depending on.
Yeah. It's 189 BPM drum and bass.
Which is
no. This week's matchup, we're gonna go 5 rounds. These questions are only gonna be for Miss Ninja. This week's matchup is Doja Cat and Cardi B.
Ooh.
So
Cardi B. I'm gonna say Cardi B right off the bat.
We got 5 rounds for you of questions. So we'll see if you feel the same way. Round number 1, Paint the Town Red from Doja Cat, or Jealousy, Cardi B and Offset. Yeah.
Why don't I know either of those songs?
Ooh. Jealousy is the new one that's out. Actually, both of them are brand new.
I've been traveling so much for the last 3 months that I think I have to update some stuff in my library. So forgive me. I've been living on an airplane and I'm very tired.
It's all okay. Good. We can do a stalemate on that.
Yeah, definitely. Because they are brand new songs.
They're brand new songs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to download them tonight.
Yes.
I don't know either. You're fine.
round 2, I Like You from Doja Cat with Post Malone, or Cardi B, I Like It.
I Like You with Post Malone.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I love
listen
that
to Doja
song.
Cat getting a win.
It's leaning Doja already.
Okay, well.
This could
But
change your
Posty.
whole opinion.
That's not even fair.
Yeah, that's true. Post
round
is a cheat code.
Round 3, Doja Cat Woman, or Cardi B WAP with Meg Thee Stallion.
Okay, I love WAP because I love the video. I think that it gets me lit, and every Saturday night I spin at a place called Mama Lion, and we spin videos at 12:30 at night. So I've seen the video 5 million times, and every time it comes on, I'm like, yes, let's go. So we're going with WAP.
Okay, 1 for Cardi. Let's go round 4. Is Doja Cat Kiss Me More with SZA, or Put It on the Floor Again? Cardi B and Lotto.
Okay, Cardi B and Lotto.
Okay.
Yeah.
She shouts out Shawty Low on that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I like to loop that and play Shawty Low. So
round 5, Doja Cat, You Right, or Cardi B, Finesse with Bruno Mars.
I'm gonna go with Finesse with Bruno Mars. I love that song still.
Okay. No, that
Drippin'.
is
it's a good Jack Swing song.
Easy. So here's the surprising part of all of this. Doja Cat almost doubles Cardi B's monthly listeners on Spotify. 62 million to 30 million.
Oh wow.
I wouldn't have guessed that personally.
I can see that.
I can see that because she's so she's a viral.
Broke
Yeah.
through Doja, obviously such a big name, but Cardi B, your mom knows who Cardi B is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She's been in a McDonald's commercial, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
everyone knows Cardi.
True.
She's huge.
But Doja's got more listeners.
Yeah,
because but all the it's not even.
Oh, you said Doja has double the listeners?
Yeah,
because she blew up viral.
Yeah, but the thing is, for me personally, it's the music is a big part of it, but it's Cardi B's just IDGAF attitude to a lot of stuff, just the way she responds to things in interviews, and the stuff that she says, it just, I don't know.
For sure.
That's what really takes her to another level for me.
Damn, that's crazy. So I thought the original statement was Cardi B's numbers were double.
Doja's double.
Are double.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. Okay, so yeah, I'm with you. I'm surprised by that.
It's got to be from the youth.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Cardi's demo.
Because if I'm under 25, I'm listening to Doja Cat more than I'm listening to Cardi B.
Right.
Probably. That makes sense.
High schoolers, Doja Cat.
And I ain't got no job. I'm a high schooler.
You also got to think about how Doja Cat blew up.
Got nothing but time.
Think about how Doja Cat blew up.
I'm a cow.
I'm a
The
cow.
viral.
That was on YouTube and super viral.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I
We can
mean,
see it.
Because we're talking about viral numbers here, right?
yeah, and these kids got time, so
Exactly.
listening to songs on repeat.
And Cardi B blew up from VH1,
Right.
Love and Hip Hop.
Her song though was
Oh, yeah.
I Like It. Was that the big one? The first big one?
No, first big one was Bodak Yellow.
Bodak Yellow,
Bodak
yeah.
Yellow.
Bodak Yellow came first. You're right.
But she
Which
had
still
a
goes hard.
mixtape.
Still
on
goes
before that.
hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That goes off. Let's get right into the lightning round. We're gonna get all of the stuff out of the way first, and then we're gonna talk about Ninja's history. The lightning round is an interesting one. You did a abbreviated version of the lightning round at NAAM. It is a this or that. One artist stays, the other's deleted out of your Serato, deleted out of existence. If you ever want to hear it again, it simply cannot happen.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Starting with Miley Cyrus or SZA.
Oh, Miley can go.
Okay, Miley's out. De La Soul or Naughty by Nature.
Oh God, that's hard. I'm gonna keep Dela.
Okay. Duck Sauce or Chromeo.
Okay, keeping Chromeo.
Okay. Ice Spice or Glorilla.
Keeping Ice Spice.
Okay. DJ Snake or Diplo.
Keeping Diplo.
Okay. Let's go LCD Sound System or The Strokes.
Keeping LCD Sound System, even though I love the Strokes.
Okay. The Doors or Nirvana.
The Doors.
ASAP Rocky or Tyler the Creator. It's a tough one.
Yeah, we'll keep ASAP.
Okay. The Dream or Neo?
Neo. Keeping Neo.
Calvin Harris or Soldier Boy?
Okay, I mean, is it old Calvin Harris or new Calvin Harris? Because I like the really like funky early Calvin Harris, but okay, we'll keep Soldier Boy because Calvin Harris went a little in a direction that was a little mainstream for me, even though the songs are bangers.
So you're like I created disco era Calvin Harris.
Yeah,
like the
I
early.
Yeah.
See, that's what we all like. But
yeah, and it's hard because like anything to do with that like 2008, 2010 Bloghouse era, like I don't ever want to lose any of it. But
right.
I don't think I could leave Soldier Boy.
This is a safe space for that opinion,
Very
even though
safe space.
Travis is a new Calvin fan as well.
I am. Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Well, just a Calvin fan. Period. Then.
Calvin. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. Very, very much so. New Calvin fan because he's been bringing out the best of my hip hop artists that I love.
Yeah, he's got a lot. He's got a great library. But honestly, if I had to get rid of all of Calvin just to keep you, like, it turns him so hard in the club. Like I can't.
Just so I can keep cranking that Soldier Boy.
I need to crank that. As long as I crank that, I'm fine.
You need to crank that. You need to turn your swag on.
That's such a. All right, so
songs are very important.
Picture this simulation where Soldier Boy's completely out. People just doing the Whitney Houston "I Will Always Love You," and it ends on that note, and they can't play the Soldier Boy.
No, you just play the song. You just play the song out.
And then
you just play. Yeah, we're just listening to Whitney Houston Club.
That's how I ended my night. You end the night.
It's no longer a midnight song.
Good night. Go home.
No, it's the end of the night.
Who is going to Superman the hoe?
That hoe will be un-Superman.
Is anyone gonna Superman the hoe? Right?
Hoe will be Batman.
Oh my god. Yeah, that you would just have to. So anything you play off of "I Will Always Love You" could never get the same reaction as dropping "Crank That" right out of there.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe "Pony" is the closest you could get.
Still,
it's not
fun. It doesn't hit that much.
Yeah.
Neither you, nothing.
Need that you.
Yeah.
They have that punch, that Mike Tyson uppercut on him.
What a mess. All right, that simulation's weird.
I don't
That's
like
what
that
you
simulation.
get for putting Calvin Harris up against Crank That.
I don't like that simulation.
That's fair. Ray Shremmerd or T.I.?
Oh, great. This
Mm-hmm.
is hard. Because
A
I
lot of
really do
important
like
songs from both
Ray.
of them.
Yeah, like God, I can't do that one. It's that one is impossible.
Neek, number crunch
Neek?
it.
They're both gone if you don't pick.
Oh, okay. We're gonna keep Ti because the history goes to.
The quickest answer ever when both are removed.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Drake or Dr. Dre?
Oh, we're keeping Dre, but I do like Drake.
Okay.
But we have to keep Dre. You can't forget about Dre.
That wouldn't be very LA of you if you got rid of Dr. Dre,
True.
right? Like I think people would just like revoke the LA pass. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And if this ever got out, he lives close enough probably to me where like he could take me down. So I'm just gonna
My neighbor, Dr. Dre.
He's like, very interesting lightning round you had on the 5
that I heard on the 5 podcast.
He's like
You're like-
taking out the garbage and you like drive by and wave and he like flips you off. You're like,
You're like, oh my god, is that Dre? What?
what the hell?
we
man?
just can't. We can't have that.
Yeah,
Listen,
you can't have any of that.
I like this
Not in
simulation.
my house.
You
I like this simulation because this simulation means that Dr. Dre heard this podcast.
That's
Yeah.
great.
For sure.
That's great for
Amazing.
everyone.
It's amazing.
Well-
I'm assuming he
well,
does.
Nearly.
That's the only reason I'm on here. I was told that Dre was going to listen.
That's
See?
it. My neighbor, Dr. Dre, will be
Yes.
listening to the show. Dr. Dre, if you're listening, what took you so long for the album? What took you so long?
still waiting for a
that's-
detox.
Yeah. 3-6 Mafia or Wu-Tang Clan?
Oh, we have to keep Wu-Tang for the kids.
Okay.
Kids.
Wu-Tang stays. A little bit tougher now. Sade or Aaliyah?
Oh gosh, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, it hurts. It hurts
Mhm.
to say it. I'm gonna keep Sade,
Okay.
but I hate it.
I
Yeah.
hate it. I don't know. They get tougher from here on out, so that's just like the initial wave of like
This is
guilt and like,
terrible.
Missy or Busta?
Uh-huh.
I'm keeping Missy. I'm keeping Missy all day.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm just the biggest Missy Elliott fan. You could put almost anyone against her, and I'm still probably gonna say Missy, even though I love Busta.
Missy or Sade?
Mm.
Oh.
Missy. We're gonna keep Missy.
Okay, fair. Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac. We're keeping
Okay.
Tupac.
Madonna or Britney Spears?
Keeping Britney.
Okay.
I've never been a fan of most of Madonna's catalog.
Hot
That's
take.
fair. That's fair. Most
That's
of
fair,
Madonna's hot take here.
It's
Madonna's
hot take,
catalog
but
is
very
trash.
fair. Yes.
Yeah.
There's
Hot
too
take.
much. There's
It's
too
trash.
much.
It's not good.
You know what?
The
If
good songs are
talking
really good
of it,
though.
we're
We're
talking
gonna
all
get
of it.
into this. We're getting into this right now.
I like Erotic City. Or not Erotic City, sorry, Erotica. What is it? Justify My
oh,
Love.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love I love what's it? I love Vogue, of course.
Banger.
Just fun to dance to.
Yeah.
La Isla Bonita,
Mm-hmm.
probably one of the best.
Mhm.
But that's really like I don't really like much else.
Borderline.
Cry for me, Argentina.
Yeah, are
Oh.
you into early Madonna? Borderline, Like a
What
Virgin?
about Take a Bow?
It was like the third CD I owned, but still no. I was still more like into Janet Jackson and Paula Abdul than I was into Madonna.
Mm.
Fair.
Who produced Madonna's early stuff? We talked about this before, and we were all like, "What?"
Niles.
Was it?
Yeah, somebody
think
got
so.
yeah, and we were like, "Yo, what? That's crazy!" Like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I
because-
actually I liked the Dick Tracy soundtrack.
Oh,
Yes.
shout out.
The
Yeah.
Dick Tracy soundtrack is fire.
Yeah.
It was
feel
fire.
like later Madonna is kind of underrated. Like
The Hung Up. The
Hung Up
ABBA.
obviously
Oh,
rules.
my God.
What's the other one? There's a bunch. Like she was cool.
Music
Yeah, music makes the people rules. And
I
then,
downloaded that. I think that was one of the first like 10 songs I downloaded when the internet
Yes,
became a
that is
thing.
absolutely
It was like-
right at the era of
What was
pirating
it?
music.
What was before Napster and LimeWire? What was the first
There
one?
was Napster, LimeWire, Kazaa,
It
BearShare.
was Kazaa. Kazaa was the first one I
BearShare.
used. The very first song I downloaded was Sonic.
Yo,
Oh man.
First song I ever downloaded. It took like 2 days.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that in a couple of days. You're like, I got time.
what was the? What,
What was
It
it?
was
Feels
so
good.
so high, right? So neat.
Feels so good.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
Like,
Mace?
Yes.
Feels so good or something. I think that's what it was called.
Oh my god, that is.
That
You
was
just
like
unlocked a memory for me. That's crazy.
that's like trance, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's considered trance.
Now I gotta look it up because that's. I'm like that's like a locked. So neat.
That is like, oh man, what happened to
Yeah.
Sonique?
I think she did something else. I think she's been on
oh.
something fairly recently.
Hmm.
When you said did something else, I got scared.
You're like,
no,
no.
No, I mean music.
Yeah, that's just a name that I don't think I've heard since then.
Yeah.
Dude, that's putting my brain in a spin right now. What was the other one?
That shit was trans, bro. This shit is
That's
trans.
trans.
I forgot all-
It is trans?
Yeah.
That's
Trans
'cause I'm
with
10 years older
vocals.
than you, though.
yeah.
I got
What
that.
about-
You were still a kid when that song came out.
Oh
I
yeah,
was like
Little
four.
Neek was. You know the meme with the little kid in the club.
Yeah, that was a little deep.
I was grown up. I was working at Warehouse Records. Like that was, yeah. I knew, like I was just living in music. It was, I was
That's a weird.
10 years
like,
older than you.
Wait a minute.
We're
Hold on.
gonna talk about that right now.
Hold,
Yeah.
hey, time out on this lightning round.
Yeah.
Warehouse record days of Ninja. Let's go back.
Yes.
Go
Talk
back.
about it. Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
where,
the
I want
best.
to know where
I was
that's
like-
getting categorized.
I was like a celebrity in the 818. Everybody in the valley knew who I
That's
was.
so
'cause
sick.
I worked
Yes.
at Warehouse Records.
You're the plug. You're the plug.
Oh my god. I mean, now I can't get in trouble, and we all used to do it. But like, remember, Ticketmaster was a thing, like a place. And so we had a Ticketmaster machine at Warehouse Records because that's where you went to get your tickets. And whenever there was a show, we wanted to see, like, if it was Depeche Mode or it was all. For me, it was always just Depeche Mode concerts, but they would always spit out the first 2 to 4 tickets for us.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Sick. Just going to every show.
Like front
Oh,
row,
yeah.
like super close.
Yeah, I've seen Depeche Mode now. It'll be 22 times in December.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
incredible. So
Yeah, and one of the most fun things we used to do was like my friend Liz and I, we would do this thing where we would like battle music. So we'd have to go to the used CD section, and before the song that was playing in the store, because we had like a CD player, obviously, before the song was over, the other person had to pick like the next song that would go with that song. So we'd have to like run through the used section, grab it, take it out of the plastic keeper, get it in. Like within like what 2.5 minutes, it was. Oh
That's
That's
DJ.
Nothing's getting done. We're too busy battling songs.
That
and
is
somebody's
DJ.
like, "Hey, do you guys have?" And you're like, "Shut up! I'm doing a music battle." Figure it out.
something.
Yeah, it's like,
Dude.
She's in the trans. She's in the trans section. Sonique is.
Sonique's
Go to the
over
dance
there, leave me
electronic
alone.
section. She's over there.
Actually,
Dude.
I mean, I was way into what I guess like it's trance, but like I was way into like what were all the CDs I was getting were like Crystal Method and
Mushroom Jazz.
Felix
Chemical
the House
Brothers.
Cat. Yeah.
Prodigy, yeah, all of that. That's like I was so into all of that. And then like Christopher Lawrence, if he was ever DJing somewhere, I was at his show. I loved Christopher Lawrence, Paul Van Dyke. Like, oh my god, what an era!
Tell us about the first time you went to a rave.
yeah.
What was your entry?
I've
point
never
there?
been to a real rave, like one of the
shit.
grimy. I was. I'm straight laced. I'm Indian, so like my parents they tried to keep control of me, but didn't do. I seriously have probably broken their souls. To be honest, I think they love me now, but like back then, I was scared.
The question mark on that. I love
Yeah.
the question mark
There's
on that.
big question marks on that one.
They're listening to this with Dr. Dre, and everyone's shaking their heads in the room. They're like, "God damn it!"
Sonique's like, I like this girl.
Sonique is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, holy shit.
I would go to like see, like I said, Christopher Lawrence or Paul Van Dyke or whatever. I'd see them spin at like bigger venues after I turned 21, but I did not party until I had an ID. I didn't drink until I was 21. I was doing martial arts from like the age of 14 to 23. And I was in school and I was in the magnet program and I was taking AP classes. So there was like literally no time for me to go do anything else except for I was either studying. I wasn't like the best student just because I'm Indian doesn't mean I was like the
Shout out.
solid like B minus student. But I wasn't like a straight A student. But martial arts, that's where I really excelled, and that's what I just like. I just did that as hard as I could. Exactly. Hence DJ Miss Ninja. So instead of raving, I was in Fight Club.
Dude, that's fucking dope. So, are you still practicing? Are you still doing jujitsu?
Only if people mess with me. No.
Oh.
When it's needed.
Like, hey, can you play? And you're like,
when I have to.
No,
Throws him in an arm bar. Wait. Is the phone like you're like
the phone?
Wait, just the whole wrist is like this.
I'll break,
Straight to the
people's
hospital.
Phones like boards.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is she still DJing one-handed while she got him in a just?
Yeah, she's like got him in a hold
by the ear, getting grabbed by the ear for making a song request.
No, now I just kill him on the dance floor.
That's it. That's it. So wait, you saw Paul Van Dyke, you saw Christopher Lawrence, and then you're like, I need to start getting into DJing. Or when did that happen?
Yeah.
Well, that started earlier. So when I was like 13 or 12, 13, 14, I had like, I had friends. Surprise.
Shout out. Yeah, let's go. Hell yeah.
Go friends. So half of my friends I grew up in the 818 in the Valley, and half of my friends were like guys that had like turntables and records and all of that stuff. The other half were these girls that all had crushes on the guys. And I didn't care about boys. I cared about music. Like I had my first purse. I remember I had this purse. It was like this big denim purse. And instead of having like makeup or stuff like that in it, like the other girls did, it was all cassette singles in my Walkman.
Yes.
Because and it was like, what was it? Like Digital Underground and like Naughty by Nature and Rex and Effects. Like that was like everything in my purse, right? So for me, my first love was always music. I didn't care about boys. I cared about makeup a little bit because I was insecure.
Crystal,
and
can you pass me the chapstick? All I got is this Purple Rain.
Rex and Effects.
Okay?
Yeah.
And Rex and Effects. So which one do you want? Right.
Exactly.
So rum shakers.
So whenever the guys would bring out the turntables, instead of talking to the girls, I would go over there and like just jump on and spin. But I wasn't good. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I really liked it. And then I remember when I was working at the record store and I was in college, that was when like those like Cakewalk and like all of those programs were out, where you could like make mixtapes on a timeline. So that's when I was downloading Sonique and all of that stuff. So I could make like this epic mixtape that I could then burn and then play at the record store. So I started making mixtapes. And, the first mixtape I made though was an actual tape. I remember when I was like 12 and we'd record songs off the radio. I remember realizing that like if I recorded a song and then like, you take your finger and you like rewind it just a little tiny bit, put it back in and then press the record button down halfway instead of all the way, it won't completely record over the song underneath it. It'll just layer it. So I'd make these mixtapes with my boombox that way and make full blended. They obviously weren't beat matched or anything, but like all the songs were like completely blended through this entire mixtape. I hope I have it somewhere. Might be at my parents' house.
Dude. Yes.
Yeah.
There's so many people that miss that step. There's so many people like now that are in it that are, have put up a decade, that have just missed that step. And it's fucking crazy to look at that and to hear that too. And because you have those foundations in Depeche Mode and stuff like that, you have so much more musical knowledge than the competition. Mm-hmm. Like that's such a big part.
And not just that. I think the thing that I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I'm gonna hate on you because you can only DJ on a controller or whatever.
Right.
I almost feel kind of bad because I feel like a lot of the people that are DJing now, it's just like, they're matching visually, they're beat matching visually, and they like are, just they have a limited library and all that stuff. And I think it really takes away from the amount of joy you can put into it when you're not analog with it, when you're not just like doing it with your mind and your ears, and it's from like this deep history that you have with all this music. Like I think when I DJ, people can feel like how excited I am to play most of the music that I'm playing, even if it's new. But a lot of it is built from like decades of like really that just a different era. It was just such a different era back in the 90s and 80s, how music was, how we would find music and how music was made. And it wasn't like people weren't producing to make a hit. Like hip hop was about telling stories, and I loved hearing the stories. 80s was everything was romantic, like romanticized ideas of love and the world and politics. And I don't feel like a lot of music goes that deep anymore, unfortunately. And that's where I derive a lot of my joy for music from.
Yeah. And you can't fake that funk either. Like you can't just like put these tracks together and be like, show up and play like, a new wave night or whatever and have no context for that. Like it's, people can see it and they can hear it and they know when you were legitimately interested in this music as compared to this person downloaded 25 songs off of whatever and put them together for their hour set.
Yeah, it's all waveforms, first of all, and our energy is waveforms. If the two aren't matching, if you're not putting out the energy that matches the music that you're playing, then the audience feels it. It's like a, intangible that you add to your DJ sets when you really love it and you're putting that energy out and they feed on it and you're feeding on their energy. Like that's a whole different experience when you're, in it that deep with the music and with the crowd. You can't just be on a superficial level with it and connect on a deep level with everyone.
What were your parents listening to growing up?
Oh my gosh, my dad, he loves like the Doobie Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire. And I made a mixtape for him once and made me so happy. And then I was the digital media director over at Cumulus Radio for a while. And we had this show and there was a meet and greet with the Doobie Brothers. And I got to invite my dad and my mom. And they got to bring two of their friends. They got to be the coolest people. So like I got to actually introduce my parents and their friends to the Doobie Brothers. I think my dad's love for music. He loves music so much. Like for his birthday I got him an Apple Music subscription, and he like cried because he was like, I'm not even kidding. He cried. I also got him this little adapter for his car so that like he puts on a certain FM radio station and then he can hear his iPhone music through the stereo system. Right. Because his car's it's newer, but it doesn't have like the Bluetooth for music for some reason. So he was like tearing up. He's like, this is music I haven't gotten to hear since I was a kid. And like that's how deep it is for him, and that's how deep it is for me. So I'm definitely like my dad's daughter in that sense. My mom, I don't think she loves music. She loved like Indian music. But like not so much, American stuff. She likes BTS though.
Like Indian music, not American, and BTS gets a pass. That's
my mom is so cute.
I love that.
Isn't it so funny? Like when it's you like somebody's mom or somebody, you're like, yeah, they don't really care about music, and it's so sorry. Like motorcycles outside of my house.
Couldn't even hear it.
Oh, that's why you'll occasionally like scowl out the window. It's because of that.
It's Dre.
How dare you interrupt? Yeah, thanks, Dre. Dre's on a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's Dr. Dre.
Out his window, like they're looking at him too.
He's passing everyone's house.
You said
he was in LA, now he's in Vegas so easily, just flipping everyone off. I'll be looking for him out my window.
Yeah, he's coming. He's right.
I live like 5 blocks from Nick, so this could very well happen. Dr.
This is true. This is very true.
So I was saying it's so funny when people like your mom or somebody's just like completely uninterested in music. And then the one time they are, it's like
why? It's
Like, why
how?
that?
How did this resonate with you?
How did this cross your path, and why are you into it?
Right.
I think she saw like a music video, or she saw them performing on some concert on television, and they have the moves. I get
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, they're fun to watch, and they're a
My-
huge boy band. There's like 13 of them.
there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
My mom is the same. She's like Doobie Brothers, Hall and Oates, and then she went all in on Block Party, and I was like,
Whoa.
Yeah, she's like fucking love Block Party, and then
wow. What's
she-
your favorite song?
she loved Banquet. She's like, oh yeah,
Who
you
doesn't
know,
love Banquet?
yeah,
Hunting for
that's
Witches, like so good.
that's her
All of
shit. And she would like always like jam it, you know, or like crank it up when it was playing on the radio and stuff like that. And then she went into Kings of Leon. She's really big into Kings of Leon now. And you know, still Pearl Jam. So I'm like, ugh, all right. Like Pearl Jam has some songs, but I'm kind of like whatever. And she loves U2. So they're playing at the Sphere, and I'm debating like maybe getting her tickets.
You gotta
Oh
go.
my
Then
God.
I
Yeah.
have
Take
to
her to
go
see
to a
Bono.
U2 show.
Gotta
And
take
I'm
her to
I'm
see
still
Bono.
mad at them about the Red album. Like I loved them until they like just without my consent.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still,
Took
it's
over
still
my
on my
phone.
phone. It's still on
it's
my
still
phone
on your
somewhere.
phone? Oh my God.
I
No,
It's
I-
somewhere.
And
When I got a new phone a couple years ago, it came back, and I was like, "Oh, trauma."
it's still there.
no. Dude, what a fucking wild marketing strategy.
Yo, my mom is still in on Patti LaBelle. Like she's new. Like my mom, because my mom's watching too, so she,
Yeah.
you know.
yeah.
But my mom be sending me Patti LaBelle videos like it just came out.
She's
Yeah,
like, "Have you
yeah.
seen this?"
Like,
It's
Mom,
great.
this is
Oh my
Patty
gosh.
this is Patty from the '80s at the Apollo. What are we doing?
This was yesterday, right? Yeah.
My
Have you
dad
seen?
actually took me to my first concert, my first Depeche Mode concert. It was him and like 3 little Indian girls, like at the Depeche Mode concert. It was so sweet. I don't know any other dad that would like want to go to a concert with their teenage daughter and their friends, and still like he didn't know the music yet, got so into it, loved it. I think I've taken him to another Depeche Mode concert since then. I also took him to a Muse concert, and he like
Oh,
didn't know any of the words, still loved it. My dad, honestly, like God bless my dad. I love him. I stole his favorite record. I still have it. I hope he's okay with it. I hope he knows I have it. It's which one is it? It's Michael Jackson, the Thriller album. That was the first record I ever took out of his collection when I was like 5 or 6.
yeah.
And I remember like I started moving the record back and forth because I liked the way it sounded. I didn't know it was scratching it because I
Yeah.
was like too young. And I just remember him running out of the bedroom and being like, "Don't
Not Thriller.
That's
Yeah.
why he was crying about the Apple Music subscription, because he can finally listen to Thriller again.
Yeah, without any skips.
He was like, "This is
Daughter got a
incredible."
hold of Thriller. I haven't seen it since.
So
I
you
know
haven't seen
Beat
like-
It
Ask
sound
him
like
if he knows
this.
that I have." Well, he doesn't use his record player at home. He's got like one of those old vintage record players.
Yeah.
I
Like
could
a
just take it.
gramophone.
No, it's not that old. It's like
Why?
the wooden base that's like
Yeah.
a foot
Oh, yeah.
tall. And,
Mhm.
gosh, yeah. I just remember like when I was little, just always putting on records and listening to records. My dad.
That's
So
so
good.
sick.
Oh, that's great.
So what's your record collection like now? Did you continue to keep buying, or did you sell some off, or where are you at?
I continued buying, but not much. I got deep into buying CDs.
Yeah, that's what I was
because
about to ask. Is it a CD
that was-
collection instead?
Yeah, and so I had this massive CD collection until my mom made me get rid of a lot of it because she was just like, it's sitting around the house. And this is before I was like DJing out. But luckily I like ripped everything. And honestly, like this now you can just download anything. But I still have like every single Depeche Mode CD ever put out. I still have like all the Depeche Mode singles. I have like everything by Jamiroquai. I have like Diggable Planets. Like there's just so much stuff from like back then that like I just could not bear to part with.
For sure.
But my record collection is mostly like 90s hip hop, some 80s new wave, and some like classic house.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
Do you still buy currently, or no?
Little bits, but it's mostly for listening. It's not
Sure.
even for DJing. Like
Mhm.
when Depeche Mode comes out with a new album, I buy that. If
Yeah.
when Jamiroquai dropped his last album, Automaton, was that the name of the last one?
From
I bought
Maven.
that. Yeah, and I get the like signed versions if I can, because
Yeah.
when it's more for the things I just want to like relax and listen to, where I can just like throw on the record, and it's just it's just different when you're just sitting at home listening to a record.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I feel like I'm too far behind now to like with all the music that I spin to like actually develop my record collection to spin a full like DJ set. I feel like I'm too far behind at this point.
Is there any interest in playing vinyl, even though
Oh yeah,
you
I
are
love
doing?
playing vinyl.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
love playing. I
Yeah.
love playing vinyl because it's like one of the rare times in life where you're not letting your eyes do the heavy lifting. You
Totally.
know, even when I'm DJing, I'm not like looking at my computer. It's like I really like to be in it energetically,
Mhm.
be in it with my ears. Like if you don't mix by ear, you're gonna train wreck if you just trust your eyes. So it has to be like
Yeah.
the heavy lifting needs to be done with your ears. So when you don't even have the computers, so little things we do in life at this point that don't involve a screen.
Right.
Whether it's a computer screen, a television screen, a phone screen, or whatever. So I do with the limited collection I have, I do like to zone out, and like spin vinyl. It's
For sure.
different. It's like reading a book,
Yeah.
It is.
And
like
I'll-
reading
It
an
is.
actual book with pages and paper. It's the same thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. A lot of stuff just isn't online too. Like if
Mhm.
The
you
older
look
stuff.
back to like the blog era and stuff like that, a lot of my records are honestly from that era because it was just YouTube rips or it was
Yeah.
SoundCloud rips or whatever. But it was also pressed on like Mad Decent or Hollertronics or stuff like
Mhm.
that. That's all kind of wiped from the internet. There's
Yeah.
like a huge chunk of the internet that's just missing that was like all stuff we were like listening to on MySpace and
Yeah.
like weird mashups and
And
stuff.
surprisingly, the only place that I can find even some of those songs from that era is on DMS. That's the only place I've been able to find some of the Bloghouse era
Shout
crap.
out.
Ding,
So
ding, ding.
props
Segway
to DMS.
queen right here. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. A
But
couple
I need it. I'm
questions.
being serious.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I will send you a big pack of Bloghouse stuff, like some really rare Bloghouse
Oh
stuff.
my god.
Probably this upcoming week, I'll put something together and get something because there's a lot of stuff
Go
that you can
nuts.
hear. Some
Go
mashups and
nuts.
stuff.
Send that over to the boy too, man.
Yeah.
I got you.
Because everything I have is literally from the blog, so it's probably like 180 bit rate.
Oh,
like
mine are too. Mine are too.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
at
okay,
least you have
okay.
it. Yeah, yeah.
I have so much. I was like ransacking the blogs. Like I would come out with like a bag of like 100, 200 songs like a week that I
Yeah.
was just downloading through from every blog I could get my hands on.
What were you listening to at that time?
Oh my gosh, like it was too much. Like Bloody Beetroots, Crickers, who are some of my favorites? Mastercraft, of course.
Yeah.
Who else? There's just so much. Like Crystal Castles.
Yeah.
I still listen to like a lot of. Do you know Sebastian?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Love Sebastian.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
love you guys so hard. Like
Yeah.
he could race a car right through a freaking brick building.
Yeah.
Most of his
Yeah.
songs. I love Sebastian. I love like the Midnight Juggernauts. Like there's just so I could go on for days. There's just a
Perfect.
lot.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Neek and I just went down that vinyl rabbit hole on Amazon because all of those records, there's like one or two records each on Amazon that you can buy. Like Crystal Castles on vinyl is on Amazon somehow, but then sold out everywhere else.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my god.
Bloody Beetroots is on Amazon, but somehow
I'm
sold out
absolutely
everywhere else.
editing this out.
Yeah. We don't want
Don't
people.
blow. I'm not blowing up.
You can just bleep the word that it's on.
Yeah.
But no, it's all there, and we bought like we bought a Justice record the other day. I finally got my copy of
Oh my god,
Block
like
Party.
Symphony Mobile Disco. You're just reminding me of everything.
Yeah.
Black Ghost. Like
Yeah. You need to
I've
come
seen
out
them
and
live
play.
so many times. Like
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
live they're amazing because everything's analog. So
Yeah.
they're like the sound is so rich, and they're just running around this giant tower, just like plugging, unplugging. It's I don't know, it's awesome. I mean, I grew up listening to like one of my favorites is Kraftwerk. So like
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Symphony Mobile Disco is like the evolution of Kraftwerk.
Totally.
So
When Hustler came out, it just changed the game. You know, it was like, and it
So
still
good.
sounds cool. We were
That
just
song is
talking about
one
that.
of the biggest bangers ever. I think I just
Yeah.
played it at a club for no reason. Like a few. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was somebody asked me to play a little bit of that era at a party I was doing at the Roosevelt, and I was like, "Oh, you don't know what you just did. You don't know what you
Yeah,
just unleashed."
I'll stay here.
Yeah, yeah.
I
you
did.
know,
I stayed an extra hour. I'm like, "Do you want me to stay an extra hour?" But
dude.
yeah, that was so good.
The
So
best.
you DJ a lot of corporate, a lot of NBA, you DJ NHL too. You're kind of all over the board. I saw as well that you've DJ'd some celebrity weddings. You've done some stuff like that. Can you kind of talk about that? Maybe any crazy stories you have from the weddings?
I don't have any crazy stories. All
No.
these DJs have crazy stories, but like I think okay, let's get really like deep with this. The energy I put out isn't crazy, so I don't think I get a lot of crazy back.
Fair.
Sure.
Mm.
Sure.
Okay.
That's fair.
So like
Yeah.
most of the stuff that I get is like very like happy, high energy. People don't really like treat me poorly. I don't get into situations that are very sticky. I just kind of like tried to like I've always believed that the energy you put out is the energy you get back. And I know a lot of people like to like bang down doors to get opportunities.
Right.
I've always been more about like putting whatever my energy out is and just doing a good job and letting the right doors open. I've never
Mhm.
tried to bang any doors down.
Yeah.
So I think it's always led me to the right places, to like
Mm.
places that match my energy. So I'm sorry, I have no crazy
No,
stories. Everything's
totally
just
fine.
been super fun. Obviously, like there's been some gigs that were like nightmare gigs or like gigs where like, because I'm a girl, like the main DJ would be like sexist and like try to backseat DJ while I'm
Mm.
DJing. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, dude, like I probably have more years on you than I don't deserve this.
Totally.
So it's like I definitely had situations where it's like, like difficult or where I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. But for the most part, I think I made a decision a few years ago where I was like, if it doesn't feed my energy in a positive way, then I don't want to do it.
Mm.
So I don't even take gigs anymore that don't like feed my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a boys club typically in a lot of areas that you see, and I'm glad that you mentioned that because we're always trying to push to have more female guests on the show, to have all of these awesome women that surround us to be telling their stories and to tell what it's really like instead of that facade where it's like everyone's cool, everyone's just welcoming, blah blah blah, because the reality of it is that it's shitty sometimes, and it's a tough entry point and people judge you and stuff like that. And I'm glad you brought that up because that's real life for a lot of people, and I think maybe that has discouraged some women in getting into dance music and getting into DJing in general. Are you starting to see that kind of breakdown where more women are getting more into DJing? Because I'm starting to see it as well.
Well, I think we still only make up like 2% of the DJ industry,
Sure.
and I think it's always hilarious when guys are like, female DJs are taking all of our gigs. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's like barely any.
Totally.
Are you kidding me? Like, come on. And if like the only thing that's like stopping you from getting a gig is the fact that you're a male, like, or
Right.
whatever, like maybe you need to like do a little bit better. I don't know.
That
Like
might
maybe
be why they're not getting gigs.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right,
I feel
definitely.
like a lot of people like if you're gonna put that kind of again, it goes back to energy. If you're gonna put that energy out there that like people you're losing gigs to other people for XYZ reason, you're gonna continue to lose gigs because you're focusing on losing gigs.
Mhm.
Focus on the abundance of gigs that you have. Focus on enjoying what you do have, doing the best job you can while you're there. And I guarantee you that will be magnetic and you'll thrive. And when
Yeah.
you're in a state of lack or you're thinking in terms of lack, you're going to perpetually create lack.
Mhm.
That's what it is. It has nothing to do with other people. None of this has to do with other. So for me, DJing has been more about mastering myself,
Yeah.
not even like it, mastering the craft, mastering myself. It's so easy to get caught up in like, oh, what's this person doing, or how did they get that? Why don't I get that? And I fell into that trap for a little while, and I think everyone does. But I think where I've gotten to is the point where I'm like, I don't need anything more. I've done more. I've done more in my DJ career than I ever imagined I would or could. I'm super grateful for every experience I've had and all the people I've met. And I'm just grateful I get to do this every day.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not looking at like, I think it's very easy to fall down a slippery slope of, well, what's next? What's next? What's bigger? What's bigger? What's bigger? And if you're always looking for the next thing to, until you can be happy, like you'll only be happy when you get the next thing. You're never going to be happy with the thing you have right now.
Mhm.
So I just try to be happy with where I am, with what I have, do the best, enjoy it, and like whatever comes next, I'll be there for it.
Yeah. It's so very tough with all of those voices being amplified on social media and everything, like even being surrounded by your peers and being like, damn, we're equals, and this person's doing this, and maybe I should work harder, or maybe I should do this. And it's just such a slippery slope. I know we're all guilty of it, of seeing like, man, I would love to play Coachella, or I would love to play EDC, or this or that, and it's like, how, like
Right.
we fall into these traps of where it seems like such a light year away,
Yeah.
and then we see
But I
friends
guarantee you, all the stuff that you're doing right now, I'm saying this to all DJs, all the stuff we're doing right now is stuff that we wished for at one point, right?
totally
1,000%, a million.
So, if
it's
you're
so
wishing for something right
bizarre.
now,
Yeah, it like
it
hits
could happen 2
you.
years from now.
It hits you, and you're like, that moment passes. It passes right past you when you go up that ladder, and you're like, oh shit, last year I would have loved to do this, and now I'm going back to work tonight, like doing the thing. Like we're all guilty of that as well. Let me ask you this. Have you had a major interest in production, on the production side?
Yes, I desperately want to produce music. I'm a creative through
Yeah.
and through. Like I like to draw, I like to paint, I like to dance, I like to sing, I like to, make music, I like to spin music. Like anything. I think when you're creative, you just want, like, cooking, anything to do with making something out of nothing. Like you
Totally.
just love it, right?
Yeah.
So production has been such a high thing on my list, but with my DJ schedule and how I tend to over commit myself to things, the time just hasn't been there. I'm really trying. I'm struggling. I'm struggling
sure.
with and also I think I'm a little burned out mentally with learning new things. As you get older, like your capacity goes down.
Mm-hmm.
But we also came off of pandemic, and I at that point learned how to like live stream and like all of that, and that took up so much of my brain power to learn how to do all of that, that I still have a little PTSD from that.
Yeah.
So now to like master, Ableton and like mastering software and all of that, because for me, if I'm producing music, I don't want it to be like crash. Like I want it to be like I want to be at the level of like Disclosure, which
For sure.
like how am I going to do that by myself? So I think I don't even know where to start with it at this point. Like I know I can get myself so far. I've taught myself how to use the programs. If anyone out there wants to sit down with me and guide me, I'd be very grateful. But yeah, it's something I really, really do want. I want that to be my next phase.
It was such a mountain to climb too, to learn the live streaming stuff. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because, all three of us too, like me, Nick, and Travis, we were trying to figure it out, and we gave up. Unfortunately, like we did a couple.
Unfortunately,
streams.
there's nothing unfortunate about it.
Yeah, Travis wasn't unfortunate for Travis.
Yeah.
He's like, this is
Travis bought the iRig, and that kind of stopped there.
I was like, this ain't gonna happen.
Well, as you guys know, I was like all in. I was loving it because I really love like banter. I love telling stupid jokes, and just have been able to build a community where I was able to do that and play music. I was like on cloud nine. I haven't streamed though since like I think it's been a year now, since last October, since Halloween. I got like a little, just my brain just overloaded, at one point, where because all my gigs came back, and then it was like a lot of people didn't know who I was, I guess, before I started streaming. And then like everyone was like, oh my God, you blew up after pandemic. I'm like, no, this is all the stuff I was doing before. You just didn't know me yet.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tried to do it all together with the live streaming, I was just like, well, I'm exhausting my mind, and I neglected my sister and her two kids that I barely got to hang out with after they were born through pandemic. My parents are getting older. I didn't get to see them. I'm like, either I can put my time into live streaming, or I can like spend some time with my family that I didn't get to see for a year and a half. So
Yeah.
I decided to like make that a priority. Another thing was my stream room flooded, and now it's happened a few weeks ago. We have plumbing issues in my condo, so trying to deal with that. So a lot of my stuff got displaced. So I didn't really have a good place to stream from home. All of my gigs that I was streaming from, my live gigs, well, we had like the longest winter ever. So all of my outdoor venues, no, we didn't spin for like 6 months at those venues. So I just had nowhere to do it.
Yeah.
And over time, I think I was just like, wow, I haven't had like mental space in a really long time. And I think I owe it to myself to take some of that. So I think I will go back to live streaming at some point. I still have a little PTSD. I didn't have time to process pandemic like a lot of people did, because I was just like streaming 24/7.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So now I'm taking my time for myself to like process all of
Yeah.
that, recover mentally from everything that we had gone through. And once I feel like, and I'm living on an airplane right now. I dreamed for days like this, and now it's happening. And now I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm losing my mind. But
Right.
it's hard physically, mentally. So until I'm like mentally and physically like feeling like I'm not losing it, I need to like just keep as little on my plate as possible, which is already too much. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I just can't add anything back.
There's this allure in the DJ community where it's like it's always a vacation. I'm on an airplane, I'm checking into a hotel, I'm actually going to be in the hotel. First of all, no, you're a couple hours, and then it's suitcase and terminal again. And I think that you touched on an important part, is that's the draining part. That's what we suffer with, as far as
The
getting.
spinning is the fun part.
Yeah.
Everything else that no one else sees.
Of course.
That's the part that
Yeah.
kicks your ass. Yeah.
Yeah, and then trying to jumpstart that creativity for production and stuff like that, where you're like, how
I'm
many
already burned
jobs do
out.
I need? Yeah, like
Yeah.
how many jobs can I keep, and stay afloat? It's at some point it starts to feel like you're drowning, and the creativity is stifled and stuff like that. And I think
Well,
that's
not just that. So I think, let me correct me if I'm wrong. I think most artists and creatives, I think we have ADHD. I mean,
Totally.
I think I recently realized that I have it pretty bad.
Mhm.
Didn't know it my whole life. But I think that's our superpower, is that we take information from every freaking place, and we're able to like put it together and create new things with it. That's how we create, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So my brain is already like in a million places at once, so it's very easy for me to drown myself, but I want to do this now, but I want to do that now. And like, I think for my own sanity, I'm trying to learn how to just focus on one thing. And whenever this thing slows down, I'll feel it. And then I'll know it's time to move to the next thing.
Yeah. If you
Otherwise,
weren't,
I could lose my mind.
oh, for sure. If you weren't DJing, what would you do?
Okay, if I was rich and I didn't have to do anything, or if I still needed to make money.
If you still need to make money.
Oh, all right. God, if it was, it's because I like having a lot of money. So I like the
Helps.
freedom of having money.
Yeah.
But if I only needed a little bit of money, I might like go teach yoga, do things that are centered more around self-care. Like,
Sure.
I know it's so California, but it's always kind of been how I am. I think that there's so many things that matter more than all the superficial crap that we like to spend our energy on. I think as long as you maintain your wellness inside, like mentally, physically, spiritually, like all of that, the universe tends to take care of you. Whenever I focus back on like myself and making sure that I'm solid within myself, the universe always just like takes care of everything. So it's really easy to get distracted and like think that we're the ones out here like controlling shit, but we're not, and the only thing you really can control is like how is your mental space.
Yeah.
You know, so I think I would focus on things that promote wellness in those areas, mainly for selfish reasons, so that I can spend my time focusing on that stuff a little bit more. But it would also be nice to be surrounded by other people that are also focusing on that and just like feel that harmony.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a really nice place to be.
I'm not sure if you have been. I'm not sure if you had any plans on attending, but we do
Burning
have to
Man?
talk
No.
about Burning Man. Yeah.
I know.
We have to talk about Burning Man. It's been a whole ass week.
Wait, do you have any people down there?
No. I know,
Okay.
I heard.
He's all seems like
Kinda
you're
You kind of love to see it.
okay, yeah. I'm gonna agree with you there because
There
you
it
kind
is.
of love
There
to see
is.
it.
There it is. I like that vibration you're putting out right now. You're talking about the
I'm
different
not mad
energy.
about that one.
It's authenticity.
That's some real
That's
shit.
the real deal. We don't got to go to the middle of the desert to do this shit. This is a daily
I
thing.
can be authentic right here.
Yeah. You know, I don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it just kind of seems like it's only for the rich now.
I was just gonna say, shout out to Bonks.
It's like
But it was
it's
Bonks
like
there.
when it's like when
It's
your
like-
ego wants to feel like it's woke. You
Yes.
gotta think
Whoa.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout
It's
out
when your ego is hiding behind wokeness.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Social media spiritualism, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
like,
We call it, what do we call it? Hollywood woke.
oh
Hollywood.
yeah. I know you see all that all the time out by you, like everyone like shopping at Erewhon and stuff like
Oh
that.
god,
I
I was just thinking
shit.
about that.
Since we're
And let
speaking
me
about
just
Hollywood
clear one
woke,
thing up though. I was born in Hollywood. I was raised in the 818 in the Valley. It is not us native Los Angelinos that give the reputation to Los Angeles that it has. Just let me
Okay.
clear that up.
All right.
All of us natives, we're mad cool.
Yeah.
It's all the transplant. Oh, y'all. Shout out to my brother Bonks, friend of the show. He was like, he said, Burning Man is only for rich people who want to leisurely be in need.
It's cosplay.
Nobody actually wants to barter. Nobody actually wants
until they have to.
Yeah,
the universe was like, let's make this real. Let's make this real.
Nobody actually wants to like be without.
And now they are.
And now they actually are.
Yeah.
Man, some people were trying to barter with me at the Dave Matthews Band. I'm like,
that's a different type of barter system.
I'm like, fam, this is not like you just go to your RV and go get it right now.
I'll just give you money.
Dude, no. It's so expensive to even get there, and then you gotta build all this shit. Like,
you have to be rich to want to do that. Like,
you can't rent a car.
You can't be actually poor and have to have done those things where you're from and been like, yeah, let's do that for vacation.
It sounds horrible.
It sounds like
Mad Max.
Yeah, we got to get Vice on the show to hear about his Burning Man experience. Maybe we're completely wrong.
We do.
Maybe there's something we're missing.
Well, we also need to talk to
there.
Fleck. That's who we need to talk to. Is Fleck?
Oh yeah, Fleck. Yeah.
And the homie Wisdom. He's a burner.
Yes.
Wisdom's a burner.
Shout
out to all the burner homies.
We
just don't get it. That's all.
Yeah.
We don't get
needs
it.
to enlighten us. We do need to have one of them on the show. They need to enlighten us.
It just sounds like y'all are out there not showering, and I just can't get with that.
Yeah, I can't get with it either.
Oh
man.
no, I'm down to not shower. Like that's fine.
Yeah,
That's not what I have a problem with.
But I can't get
honestly, that's priority number one for me is the cleanliness.
Yeah, it's the
I'm out here dusty for 6 days,
covered in mud.
Covered in mud, man.
Yeah, maybe not mud. I think I'm fine with the dirty part. I don't care about being dirty. Like that sounds fun. It's more like I'm so spiritual and free, and look at me and my
woo
and
part.
It's like and they like literally curate these tiny outfits that show every last part of everything, which I have no problem with. But it's like that's an image within itself. That's like an ego thing.
Yeah, that's
also.
ego in itself.
Yeah. So like when don't, like,
I'm letting go of my ego.
don't claim that it's like an egoless experience, like it still is an ego full experience. If you're enjoying it, enjoy it, but don't make it something that it's not. I think that's what I have a problem with.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest issue is like,
yeah,
it's the shedding of the ego while getting your hair done and wearing it, like putting together 6 outfits for every day.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, like I would like rather see a Woodstock situation, like get grimy, get dirty, and be about the music.
That's
and,
truly a shedding of the
yeah.
ego.
Yeah.
Woodstock
like, that's
99.
That's what I would like. That I would rather like to be a part of something like that.
And the original Fire Fest too. That was
that's a real
Stay tuned for Fire Fest 2 coming up.
Yeah, Fire Fest 2 is gonna be just the worst. People
Fire Fest 2 is hysterical because I feel like the first one barely happened.
Yeah. I don't know about any of this. You mentioned it's different being a native Los Angelino. I want to talk about the late 90s, the early 2000s, when it was much more, it wasn't social media driven, it was much more open. It was much more people just partying. You'd bump into this and that, like crazy celebrities, like amongst the common people.
Oh my God, the paparazzi back then. Like, I don't know the last time I saw paparazzi out actually in LA, which is a good thing. But like, I do remember that era where like they were out at all the clubs, and I would go out and like Adrian Grenier would be there, or like Paris Hilton would be there. Like it was just such a vibe. It was such a, like, as a kid, it was such a cool thing to see, to be honest. Like God, I know, like it's, I don't know how to put it. I shouldn't love it, but I loved it. I loved it so much. It was such a fun time. Yeah. Like, and then the music was also really good. Like that's when like trance really was like starting up back in the like the mid, well, maybe it was before, but like that's when I started really getting into it. And drum and bass and like breaks, like early or mid 90s, mid to later 90s, like the music was just so good.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like the not having social media, like honestly, I was so excited to finish like high school and college, because I was like, all of this like comparison and drama and like popularity contests, it'll all be over.
Did you know? No, ma'am.
Psych.
Going to magnify.
Said, hey, you thought.
There's gonna be a little thing called MySpace come in, and
Friendster was okay. I was okay with Friendster. Like that just felt like a phone book for like all the people I went to school with.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was when Facebook and MySpace, and then Facebook, and then Instagram, and then it was just like everyone's comparing themselves to everybody, and it just not what I ever saw being a part of my adult life.
Yeah.
You expect it sucks because it's like, dude, we're getting out of high school, we're gonna go to college. College was fun, but it's kind of like turned up high school. I cannot wait to be done with this. I'm gonna have my career, I'm gonna have money, I'm gonna just go to the club all the time. Like I'm just gonna do the coolest shit. And none of this like weirdo social construct bullshit's gonna be an issue for me.
Right.
Not me.
Right.
I don't believe in that sort of thing. Instagram comes
and then
you thought you weren't going to compare? We got a whole this is interesting. This is going to be part of society.
And now we can quantify it.
Yeah.
Dude.
At first you see it, you're like, oh, this is fun. Yeah, this is fun. Put my BlackBerry down. I don't got to deal with that. I have to be in front of a physical computer to do this. I don't have to.
Right.
I never thought this thing would turn into.
Yeah, man.
There's like pluses and minuses. I wouldn't know any of you guys, like.
Of course.
So I have to admit that there's a lot of good. And one of the best things I did earlier this year was I just deleted my Facebook. I still have my DJ Miss Ninja page, but my personal page is gone. And what was surprising to me was like there was like a quiet in my life that I didn't have. And I guess I didn't really realize like how much I was filling space with BS conversations on Facebook, like just starting up BS conversations, feeling like that was social interaction,
like
when it was actually like, it's like the parasocial relationships that I had, like none of those people I think have even noticed that I'm gone. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm happy with it. But like I was like, when you're in it, you feel like how it would be like death to like not be in it anymore. But then when you're out of it, you're like, wow, no, this is like freedom, mental freedom. I have so much more space in my mind now. I'm doing a lot more things, and like even Instagram, I'm like honestly so bored. So bored with Instagram. The only thing that's keeping me on social media are like cat reels on
So
cat
funny.
reels and reels about Zelda, all the Tears of the Kingdom reels, and that's it.
Yeah, they're coming out with a movie of Zelda.
They've been saying that for like 2 decades.
Yeah. Well, they pushed it forward because of the Mario movie. How good?
Yeah, I think it'll actually happen this.
Oh, it's gonna be like a kids movie, like animated.
No. Real.
Okay.
No, maybe.
They said that they're going to do a live action, but then they also did say that they're going to do an animated one too. So live action might sit on Netflix, and the animation one might sit in the movie theater instead.
I just don't know how they're going to deal with the fact that Link has never spoken a single word.
Never.
So we're all going to be. There's no way to like satisfy us.
We're going to be upset by that. Yeah,
we're going to be upset no matter what voice they choose because everybody has a different take on it.
You're right.
They can't win. I just don't know how they're going to.
Yeah, it's gonna be that's gonna be interesting. Well, people were hating on Chris Pratt with his Mario voice at first.
Yeah,
and then that turned into a
but Mario. But you still have an idea of what Mario sounds like.
True. You're right.
They kind of addressed it. If you saw,
destroy a lot of like my internal fantasy world when Link actually has a voice.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's going to be the problem for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I wonder if like because we're gonna actually hear a voice, if now your mind is going to associate whatever that voice is
to the game, and that could ruin everything.
Absolutely.
We don't know. I don't know. I'm a little apprehensive.
Speaking of Hollywood and movies, around here, we like to build our DJ biopic cinematic universe. So this is like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? Little segue kings over here. So in the DJ biopic cinematic universe, who is playing DJ Ninja?
Oh, an actor? What
actor? Actress. Dead or alive, animated, real.
Oh, if I could choose dead, I would want it to be Audrey Hepburn.
Okay, 100%. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yep.
I honestly feel like we have the same spirit, same soul. If she was a DJ,
that works.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I like that one.
That's
Nico.
one.
Thank you.
What we like to do around these parts also is start our friends up with fast food endorsement meals.
So like the Cardi B offset meal at McDonald's.
What we like to do is
what
we want to know is what is the Miss what is the Miss Ninja meal and where is it? And it has to be commercial. So it has to be it can't be local, but it can be regional.
No, the Taco Bell vegetarian Mexican pizza.
Cool.
That's 100% Ninja endorsed.
Okay.
If they want to give me free Mexican pizzas for life, vegetarian Mexican pizzas.
That's a part of the deal. That's a part of this endorsement deal. That we're doing.
It's yours forever. This is your.
Forever.
You have to do the whole order though. So what do we?
With a big fat bag of hot sauce and fire sauce.
Okay.
Nice. What are we drinking?
We're drinking medium Coke.
Nice.
Ooh, wait a minute.
You don't want too much.
Ooh, wait.
Neek, crunch that.
Yeah, I think
Pepsi.
I think it might have to be a medium Pepsi. I think McDonald's Pepsi company.
No.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Tacos. I said McDonald's. I meant Taco Bell. Sorry.
McDonald's.
I actually prefer. I think I prefer if it's fountain. I prefer Pepsi.
Okay, that's good because
But I like it when there's more carbonation than there is syrup in the machine. I like it when it makes your head want to like.
This is part of the meal. This is part of the meal. You have to change out the carbonation.
You have to change out the carbonation each time.
Yeah, they gotta dial it up.
They are gonna hate you.
75% the normal amount of syrup. So 25% less syrup, 25% more carbonation.
It's
so we're gonna
surge. It's like a surge.
The surge.
Yes.
It's a separate little add-on next to the machine.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on. Why have we not talked about Surge? We have not brought up Surge yet.
We haven't.
I've never had Surge.
So Surge.
You're not missing anything.
I know what it is. I've never had it.
Nico.
Is it still a thing? I think it's still a thing.
Surge is still a thing.
It is.
I'm pretty sure it's still a thing. because it went away for a while and came back. And I remember as a kid, I was really pumped about Surge for some reason. I think it was just
because of
the marketing, the imagery, the commercials.
Yeah.
So when I saw it in our vending machine at the motel we were living in, I was like, yeah, may I please have $1? Because I have to have a Surge.
Please, anyone.
Flavor is Surge. Is it grapefruit?
This was like Coke's answer to Mountain Dew, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Neat. What you find?
But yeah.
I'm looking right now. I'm trying to find there. I just went down this whole Donald Duck orange juice. And so like my phone is filled with that right now.
Donald Duck.
So, yes, because I was in the store and I saw Donald Duck orange juice and I was like, isn't this a 80s, 90s product?
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
Wasn't it like vitamin enhanced orange
juice?
Yeah.
It's just orange juice from concentrate that this company called the Citrus Company. They got the rights to use Donald Duck's image to market. And they still
didn't they
have
say
it.
It had vitamins and stuff.
They were trying. I remember they actually got sued. They got sued because they had a fresh. What was it called? Fresh and Squeezed, or so Fresh and Natural, something like that. But Tropicana sued them for false advertisements, claiming that it was misleading customers into believing that their juice was freshly squeezed when it was from concentrate.
It was just Donald Duck's answer to Sunny D.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sunny D was the bomb, though. Man,
Sunny D had great.
I cannot drink it now.
I haven't tried it. You know what other orange drink I love was Bang from Subway.
Yeah.
Bang. So good.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Wow.
So there's no real.
I don't see it anymore.
No, that one's discontinued for sure.
That's not cool.
Coca-Cola started production of Surge, so it's a Coca-Cola product to answer Mountain Dew. It was called the white paper code name was MDK, which is Mountain Dew Killer.
That's crazy.
And that's a great rap name.
Was to converge. It's Mellow Yellow, and they just rebranded it, sort of like.
That's what it is. Okay, yeah.
The same way they just recently rebranded Sierra Mist.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Sierra Mist is now
Starry.
Yeah.
Still trash.
Still trash. Sprite kicks its ass.
Sprite does kick it. Sprite kicks a lot of it.
That's a whole nother rabbit hole.
Yeah,
and
we should do
the best Sprite.
McDonald's has the best Sprite and Coke, and I forgot why, but it's a thing.
It's the carbonation.
Probably the carbonation.
It's where they dial the machine to have more carbonation.
Yeah.
It's the Miss Ninja effect. That's what we're doing over at Taco Bell. One of the last couple questions we ask, we have a podcast playlist where you can add one song that exemplifies who you are. One song that you want the world to hear.
That exemplifies who I am?
Like
it can't be my favorite, but not my favorite song.
It could just be your favorite song if you just wanted that.
It could be.
I feel like example is big.
Can I just spitball? So like, if I was going knee jerk, I would go with "Enjoy the Silence" by Depeche Mode because it's my favorite song ever. Because the lyrics are perfection. But if it was something that had to like exemplify me, I would probably pick "All Right" by Jamiroquai because I just love the idea of like, we'll dance forever at whatever, like you'll die, whatever. Wake up and live forever.
And the night
like,
together. Wake up and live forever.
Yeah. My brain is like moving too fast to go through the lyrics, but that song I think is how I would like to feel like 24/7, and I think I would like to impart that with the world, is that feeling of that song.
Nice.
If sound was a physical thing, I would like to live inside that bass line.
Yeah.
Of "All Right."
If I'm ever sad and you play me some Jamiroquai, I my whole day will turn around. It's that easy.
Let's do a real quick Miss Ninja top 3 all-time Jamiroquai.
There we go.
Oh gosh. Well, you should also ask me Depeche Mode because I don't think it's fair.
That's coming too. Yeah. This is going to be
my
a 5-hour episode.
3 favorite bands are Depeche Mode, Tears for Fears, Tribe Called Quest. Tears for Fears is like number 4 or 5. Depeche Mode, Tribe Called Quest and Jamiroquai. Those are my top three. But okay, so Jamiroquai, top three favorite songs. I love Cosmic Girl. I love All Right. And oh God, I can't think of the. I know I'm sure I'm opinionated enough to have a third. I really do like Automaton from the new album. Like just something about the rhythm and the sound. I love that, but I don't know if I can make that like top three. Little L is great, but I don't think that's top three.
Where's Virtual Insanity rank? How about that?
I mean, lyrically, it's another perfect song. Like what he's talking about, perfect. I hate that it got so commercial, but you know what? I'll give it to the third spot because the lyrics are perfect. It does really.
If the video wasn't so dope, it wouldn't have been as commercial.
Yeah, that's true. Because the video was a whole other level of perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give Virtual Insanity the top three spot just because it is a conceptually like perfect song.
It's just that it's huge.
I'll forgive how popular it got.
Right.
That's all it is. It's just the popularity. It's so funny. I'm the same way. If something gets too popular, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Because it feels mainstream, but it's really not. It's like such a deep, thoughtful song.
Yeah.
Which is the same reason I love Automaton. I think it's got the same message basically as Virtual Insanity.
Right.
It's just talking about how everything's like you're taking like basically the soul, everything's robotic, and you know.
Right. And the video wasn't as good. So.
Oh, the video is fantastic for Automaton.
But there's no.
They didn't like the video as much. I mean,
I mean, it's.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
It wasn't.
It's still amazing.
1999 or 2000 in VH1 era, so I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
But
and then Depeche Mode, I can't pick a top three. I can give you a top two. Enjoy the Silence is number one. World in My Eyes is number two because I just love Violator so freaking much. Yeah. But all the other albums get the third spot because there's so many good songs.
That's fair. Have you seen them recently? They're still like killing it?
I'm seeing them in December.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking my husband to see them for the first. He's never seen them live.
Hell yeah.
So excited.
Hell yeah. Is your dad coming as well? Because he needs to do a rerun of the Depeche Mode shows.
I should bring my dad. Oh, Daddy. I didn't get him a ticket.
That's so funny. He's going to be crowd surfing.
Expensive. He missed it.
If my husband falls ill or something, or, happens to get food poisoning.
Happens.
On the bed. We'll put him on the bench.
Ominous food poisoning. The very last question comes from the end of the lightning round, which we didn't do earlier in the show. The very last question: Outcast or Hall & Oates?
Outcast. I told you this at NAAM. I'm gonna choose hip hop over everything.
Yeah. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure.
I told you motherfuckers this all the time, making me repeat myself.
People change. People change their answers.
Do change.
People change. I mean, I could say Prince or Michael Jackson too.
Consistency and authenticity.
That's good. Yes. That's good. Before we roll out, let people know where they can find you on social media and any projects you want to promote right now. Anything that people need to know about.
Ooh, I have lots of fun stuff going on. So I have a new. I just started doing a weekly. Well, I'm gonna have to dial it back because again I've overcommitted. But I'm one of the resident.
I started a daily party.
Twice daily.
She's like, I gotta dial that back though.
Well, I was invited to be one of the resident DJs for Garth Brooks's new radio station on TuneIn Radio.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I did see you post that. Yes.
So it's called Tailgate Radio. And
that's with Dynamics, right?
Dynamics, Still Will, and WizKid, my boy.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, shout out.
The next show is tomorrow night, and I'm supposed to do next week too, but I don't think I can. But I'm one of the resident DJs on there. So if you are on, listening to TuneIn Radio, check out the Tailgate Block Party every Saturday night. I think it starts at 5 p.m. And it's my first time really I've spun country music before for private events, but it's my first time mixing it in really with mainstream. So it's been interesting, and I've actually found some stuff that I really love.
Fun.
So I'm really excited about what I have picked out for tomorrow night. So if you can tune in for that. And then I have a lot of if anyone in the LA area ever wants to get turned, come out to Mama Lion Saturday nights. I won't be there this Saturday because I'll be on an airplane. But next Saturday I will be there, and it gets super, super lit. Like you have to message me if you want to get in, because like
Oh,
otherwise
shit.
it's like, yeah, it's insane. It's like the only way I can describe it is you go in there, you sit down, you buckle up, and then we take the F off, and before you know it, it's time to go home.
Damn, we might have to come down and see you there.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah.
that's a
And then
quick
I'm at
trip.
the Hollywood Roosevelt on Sundays for my poolside vibes, where
Oh,
I
hell
play
yeah.
some of my, I throw in some of the Bloghouse era over there. So, you know,
yeah.
that's just, I could use that library. Make sure to send it over.
I got
Yeah.
you. I got you.
And if you do want to come out, to anyone that doesn't know me, DM me on Instagram, because that's the only social media platform I have left.
Hell yes.
Yes.
For the
And
time
it's-
being, until you're like, fuck Instagram, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm this close. It might be your last chance to say hi.
Inches away from getting the fuck out.
She opens
DJ
up her
Miss Ninja.
DM. She's like, "Yo, you are so lucky that you're here right now because
Yeah,
I was about
you
to
just-
kill this."
I was on my way I was leaving the party. You just barely caught me. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's at DJ MISSNINJA, DJ Miss Ninja. Say hi. I'm very friendly.
Yes.
Awesome. It's been an absolute honor and a pleasure having you
I've
on the
had the
show.
best time with you guys. I
God.
love, like, laughing from my gut is like my favorite. You guys kept me laughing for the last hour and a half. So thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
Thank
We
you
really
with
appreciate
us.
it.
Best time.
Yeah.
We should do this again sometime.
Oh, we will.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everyone go check out Miss Ninja in LA or in your city.
Yes.
Chances are she'll be flying to you, beating the box, banging it out. Do you have any on the road gigs coming up that you want to promote as well?
Well, I have I'll be in Florida all next week DJing, but it's for private events.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you're not invited. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're on the
Unless you
list.
sneak in.
Yeah.
Exactly. I do still want to DJ in Portland at some point, Jupiter.
Yeah, yeah. Come through. Come
Something we
through.
can make
Got
happen.
you. Make it happen.
Honestly, like, I don't know why Portland is so high on my list. I want to go wine tasting and
Yeah.
like DJ some sets out there. So let's coordinate.
Yeah, got that. Got that covered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
And then Vegas too for the Blockhouse.
So Vegas, I'll
Yes.
be back. Oh my God, yes,
Yeah,
please.
yeah,
I'll be back for a private event end of October, but I'm always down to come to Vegas.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I want to holler at Brian about that. Shout out to Teen Wolf for sure.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Looking
Unless
forward to
there's-
meeting you, Teen Wolf.
Yes, absolutely. He's probably listening for sure.
Yeah.
He listens to the show. I think that'll do it for us. Until then, we will see y'all next weekend. Peace.